Your checking account available balance is $12,617,290.56.
Man, art money, media money, you feel me? All this good money, but let me put you on some game, man. I am a licensed life insurance agent, and I can help you invest into some generational wealth that's going to pass down to your kids, great, 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 great grandkids. You know what I'm saying? And I understand everybody hustle ain't the same, but you could take $3.99 and get 24 of these. And at $1 of water, that's your $4 cash back. You feel me? Put that up. That's like your 401k. That's your rainy day. You don't even got to think about that. That's $4 cash and not $2 cash instead of, for, government subsidies. $300 get you 1,800 of these. This is just at the 24. They got the 36 cases too, though. But and then you can sell them at $2, $3, $4, $5 water. But just start at $1. At $1, at 24, that's your $4, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Man, how y'all sell dope and can't count? You feel me? $300 is 75 cases. That's $1,800. You get 10 people to go push 100 for you, pass out 100. So this is how that can work too. You can get 10 people to go push 100 for you and give you $20. They keep 80. That's 200 in your pocket for the 10. That's 80 for them. They can't complain. You know what I'm saying? Everybody won. You feel me? But even if you just say, here, bro, you pass out 100 flyers for me so people can come to my website and, subscribe and get some art done or see my gallery or, support the movement. You know what I'm saying? That's 10 out of 100 is 1,000. 365 days a year. That's $365,000. That's 36 and a half for each person. You still got 500. 300 is your money back. You got 200, to play with. Plus, you got 10 people out there pushing your business. You get 1,000 people that's exposed to your business. You know what I'm saying? The person that's doing it is getting paid. Even if you give them $100, you still winning. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get them to go do that, if they get 10 people and put them on, that's $365 million, bro. That's 30. You know what I'm saying? How can you not buy up some land and be able to invest in these life insurance policies? And they basically almost pretty much cheap to nothing, to put $100, $1 million protection on your life for under $100, and it's money you can borrow from without taxes and put back. This is your own bank account. This is what's going to secure your family and their family and their families and their families. You know what I'm saying? Now, I just used the bottled water theory for those that ain't got no hustle. That's $1. I could show you 90% of your body mass. When you cry, it heal your soul. When it rain, it water the earth. Try not drinking water for 2 weeks and see what happened. You know what I'm saying? The biggest body in the world is water. You feel me? Like, that's for people that ain't got, I need a job. Ain't nobody to get an interview. Hey, man, I want to be an artist. Hey, man, I talk too much, bro. By the way, got bottled water $1. You're going to make your money. Especially, man, Texas, Nevada, man, places like, man, that's 130 at 2 in the morning. People out sweating about to pass. People are passing away. People are having to get GoFundMes because they was too hot in their car. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is life-changing events. You know what I'm saying? Get with me, and even with my team, you know what I'm saying? And let us get you right. Now, other things come in play. Like I got my gallery. Stuff like this was on the museum wall and the J. Eric Johnson Library for a 2-month display. And it's been in a few places. You feel me? This was on a museum wall, and it's been in a few other places. It got some exposure. You feel me? Bay Area, that's going to my boy Mo. You know what I'm saying? That's the town business. Hey, Deuce, you know who he is, man. Bob, this is going to my lodge. You feel me? But yeah, man, when we start investing into our own futures and our own selves, then, it's nothing you can say. you know what I'm saying, about securing your life. But it's something that you gotta want. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to secure your life, then it's nothing nobody can do for you. You feel me? So how do you invest into your life? First of all, I got a program. You know what I'm saying? My 20-year vision plan. It was originally a school for my daughters, but things didn't happen, and custody issues. Depressed, bipolar 2, PTSD. Those things affect people's lives miserably. Those things will change the dynamics of the person that you are. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not strong enough to bounce back and control the things that come after, then it's gonna hit you. It's definitely gonna affect your life and how things change. And Social Security, they ain't always reliable to depend on, because not everybody get it. Welfare, all that stuff, it can go so far, but you still have to grind and get up and survive. But when you got stuff like your life insurance policies, where you can invest your money and your kids' money into something that you can draw from, and they don't take taxes, and you can put back. And if something ever happens to you, you're not out there trying to get a GoFundMe, or out there trying to struggle and get $2,000 so you can't even pay your funeral fees because you didn't get your proper preparation, and you didn't prevent your piss poor performances. We're here to help you with that. Create urban build businesses, yet help others learn economics. So how I run this program is I let you use my platform and my following, even my funders and stuff, to build your business. Now, you do take my course. It's free. You know what I'm saying? I teach you everything from how to start a business plan, how to talk, how to discipline yourself, how to network and work with other places, schools, organizations, buildings, the community. I teach you how to find your target market, invest into yourself, sell yourself, market yourself, put yourself out there as the primary face of who you are and what you're doing. And what you do is, when we build your platform, the platform is yours. I don't need your platform. You know what I'm saying? The platform is going to be 100% to you. Your bank account, everything is routed to you. It's yours. I get mine off when I do your media. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, I hear this all the time. It sounds like you're trying to scam and use other people's ideas in business. And trust me, I got enough business that I don't need to take nobody's ideas or try to take nobody's business plan. The only thing I could do is try to put you in the game. You feel me? And plug you in, you know what I'm saying, and help you manifest life and have that money come out the cut. But back to the subject at hand, right? I want to see people win. So once you get on my platform and you start building yours and the traffic start coming and you getting your money, only thing I really want you to do is tell people about Cubby Homer Art. Bring them to me. It's a way to sign up through my site or whatever, or through here, wherever you see this link. Hit this link, subscribe, get my memberships and stuff, and join my training. Again, it's free. You just got to pay attention to the price of dedication and put in the work and pay your dues. Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? To make this thing happen. But I give you an opportunity to start building your business. Once you start learning how to talk and tell people what you want, and you ask them what you want, and you gotta let them know who you are and what you own. Because if you ain't on nothing, you ain't gonna get nothing. I learned that selling magazines 30 years ago, state to state, door to door, and it taught me how to invest in myself. But once you can figure out what you want to do and you tell people, you're basically getting interviews. I'm gonna do some media and stuff with you. I'm gonna put something on my website that got your face on it, your voice or whatever. And you bring people to that and you tell them about what you're doing. On top of that, while you tell them about what you're doing, you show them my other art, my videos, my music, my books, and see the kind of stuff that we're collaborating with other people. Let them know, first of all, this is serious. And second of all, you all the way in. You feel me? Now, once you get down there and you get to the point where you getting your work points. What I mean by work points is you let them know, like, you remember your first job. Who don't remember their first job? Who wants to go back to when you made the lowest money at the hardest part of your career? You know what I'm saying? When you first started out, you didn't know nothing. You was vulnerable. You was just like, oh, am I gonna get the job? Oh, I need this $7 an hour, and they're gonna take $3 out, and blah blah blah. Then rent. And you did all that work for nothing. You feel me? So once you get to the point where you can tell people what you want to do. I want to be a barber. I want to be a rapper. I want to be a landscaper. I want to be a cosmetologist. I want to be a pimp. I don't care if you sell crack. That's not what I'm on. Your business is your business. Create urban build businesses. Yeah, help others learn economics. I give you the blueprint on how to take your business to a whole nother level. So once you do that and you get down to the point, you ask them, what's a good minimum wage? This is just basic. This for the people that ain't, confident in their game. But what's a good minimum wage in today's society where you can go to the movies, bowling, and have fun after you pay your rent and your bills and stuff? You don't have to stress or worry and bip cars and stupid stuff. You feel me? And of course, the average nowadays, I say about the average is about $20 an hour. That's what most people go tell you. And you start with that, be like, okay, I don't want your whole paycheck, but give me at least 1 hour to do what I do. I paint. When I come in here and paint, I want to be able to focus on painting. I don't want to come in here and start working on the paint and be like, oh, I got to go hustle and make some money. I got to pay my rent. I want to be able to focus on painting. So I'm going to go out and get 8 people that at least say, bro, you're worth at least $20 an hour. So when I'm in here at least for 8 hours a day, I'm on the clock. Tax free on top of that. You feel me? 1099, all that stuff. You go register your business license. You go register, all the things that you need to register to make sure your game is together. But you do that, and then you take the money and you build it. You put it into the products that you do. If you want to be a landscaper, what do? You go buy lawnmowers, weed whackers. You go buy whatever you need for your grass business. If you're an artist, what do? You go buy paint. You go buy canvases. You go buy pencils. You go buy materials that you need for your art. If you're a cosmetologist, what do? You go buy hair stuff. Whatever you need for your business, that's what you're telling people. Now, if you take the money and you scam and you go get high and you do nothing, what was the point? You just panhandling, you stealing from yourself. You feel me? But when you go through Cubby-O, you don't have to worry about any of that. We really take you all the way through what is a guaranteed plan. You know what I'm saying? This is a plan that no matter what you do, that money gonna be coming in. This is residual money, people. This is money that does not go away. You know what I'm saying? This is money that once it start coming in, it make itself. Media money, art money, that's that money that just it pays for itself. And once you start getting that kind of money, bro, you be free to sit back and do the things that you need to do for your life. But when you get to the 20-year vision plan, there's 10 levels of what I teach you. First is the nonprofit startup. Again, you ain't making no money. Like, you don't even know what you're doing or who you collaborate with or where your next check coming in. You got to know how to sell yourself. This is the sell yourself part. This is the business plan. This is the elevator pitches. This is the, are you hiring today, sir? You present yourself like you want to work. But in this situation, you're really just interviewing the community to see if what you want to do in terms of building the business is what they want in the community. If they not finna pay you not even a penny, that means you're not talking about nothing. You ain't saying nothing real. You feel me? But once you get your mouthpiece together and you figure out what you want to talk about, then you got your rules and regulations. That's your discipline. That means I'm going to go out and get 10 people a day to give me $20. Every day, no matter what. I don't care if I do it in an hour. I don't care if it take me 8 hours. I'm going to get 10 people to give me at least $20 a day. You feel me? I'm going to work a certain amount of hours. I'm going to work a certain area. I'm going to get up at a certain time. I'm going to commit to doing what I do. Once you discipline yourself and you figure out, okay, this is my schedule and this is what I'm doing. That's my 40 acres. This is my mule. You got your C-Strap program, which is the Cubby-Hole School to Registered Apprenticeship program. That's when you start getting your business licenses and you go down there and you start incorporating yourself and you letting the city and them know, this is what I'm going to be doing. This is my mule. and this is where I'm gonna do it. This is my 40 acres. Designate this to me, and you take control of that. And once you get in that, you get in the counseling program. That's when you start getting with other entrepreneurs and people that has made it before you, and they start showing you techniques and tricks and strategies on how to invest your money and let that stuff build on its own. Then you got your beginning youth ICT. Now, when I say youth ICT, I'm not talking about children or nothing like that. What I'm talking about is your beginning. You're a baby at this. Like, this is your independent contractors training, your tools. But it's really your independent contractor training and your new, like, you have to learn. Don't talk about it, be about it. Sometimes the best thing to do is be quiet. The wise man listen when the foolish man speak. Let a person tell you everything about you. Selling is listening. A person to tell you everything they want to buy if you be quiet and let them tell them, and just hit them the points that you want them to, what made you want to get into this? Well, how did you get started? Well, what did you do when you first start working? You're building up. You want to see what they went through, what kind of struggle how passionate they was about getting where they at. Then you want to see where they at financially from where they started to where they are now. You want to take them back to that, because when you take them back, they're going to remember the struggle. And they're going to be willing to help you more if you passionate about that struggle like they are. But you got to know what they're passionate about in order to know how to target their struggle. That's your market. That's your target market. And then that's the youth program. Now you got to start implementing the things that you're learning, and you start implementing them. When I first started doing my art, I didn't know nothing about copywriting. And people was using my art, taking my art. They was taking my business plans, especially these nonprofits. They give you a couple pennies to, soothe you over and pacify you. $20 here, a couple $100 here, but they making hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars. And then you start learning how to copyright your art and your work. Whatever you do. Mine is art and media. Yours may be something different. How I'm going to benefit off of what you're doing, that's what I was about to say earlier, is people always say, like, well, it sounds like you're trying to feed off other people's ideas and stuff. I get mine off my media. When I do my media and I put my stamp on the media, whether I do your commercials, graphic, flyer, website, painting, anything that I do and I put my stamp on it, that's going to give me exposure. If you go out and promote it and market it, whatever money you make, that's yours. I wouldn't have never met these people, or these people would have never seen my stuff if it wasn't for you. And I'm not pressed to where I need anything from you. I don't have to ask you for no money, and I don't owe you nothing to give you no money. So I'm going to give you an equal opportunity like I did. I just started out in my young teens, in my 13, 14, 15, I start stacking and investing money right. Once you get through the youth program, you got your independent contractor training manual. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you write you implement your business plan. You start putting other people on. You start showing other people how to go out there and help market and manage your stuff. And that's where we go into the grab your share part. The grab your share is you go out there and you start snatching up this land, start buying these houses, buying these places that say for lease and for sale. Why lease and sell? Why lease when you can buy it? And then you start again putting the opportunity for people to join the network, and join your community. Hire, put people on, give them an opportunity to make some money, whether they're employees, independent contractor. You may not have the opportunity to give them an opportunity to get 100% of their commission like me, but you can help them do something for promoting your stuff. And then you got that's where you got a budget. You know what I'm saying? And you got to push your program criteria. You got to, put aside a certain amount of money to make sure they happy and they get paid if they're not getting it 100% from you. Because a lot of businesses, they can't pay you if they're not getting paid. I can pay you if I'm not getting paid, because this is something that makes its own money. It's something that works for itself. You feel me? And then once you get into that, we take you to the blueprint legacy. And that's where you really start getting into this generational wealth. And that's when it really cracks off. So if y'all really want to learn how to invest in yourself and become wealthy, not just rich, but to where you don't need nothing to worry about, you don't have no kind of blemishes in your game plan, go to Cubbyhole ICT. You already know how to find me, man. Go hit that Yola site. Go hit my dope spot. Get some of this dope art, dope music, legal dope, not that old crazy. We ain't talking about the sell drugs and can't count people, the shooting and hitting people with straight bullets, or got these beautiful people selling gonorrhea, AIDS, and syphilis, talking about they pimping because they ain't got no self-esteem. We talking about this real life generational wealth, and I can get you there, man. So tap in, Cup So Lovely, and that be the business.